It's Nolan.
Ooh, yeah. When I done came up out the bottom. Ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Ooh, yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, yeah. Well, I say throw it in my wallet. Ooh, yeah. When I done came up out the bottom. Ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, yeah. Well, I say throw it in my wallet.
Yeah, life is a youngin', boy, I was constantly bumming. Couldn't have nothing, never sold drugs. I was on corners with takes on my bag. Just me and my cousin, my homies was frontin'. Blessing for ladies, my story is crazy. These rappers can't fade me, I got it. Focus my energy, now we get plenty. And it's the rate to deposit.
Measuring the streets, remember the days I was fast in the feast. Checking my bank and I tell it the least. Now I get paid for my talent at least.
All of that struggle just made me a beast. I don't know why they wanna play with the kid. I done build everything straight from the mud. Still I ain't never been down with the pig. I'ma do numbers when I drive, nothing when I cop. I'ma blow a bag, spinning on the block. Throw it on my girl, let her drop the top. Plus I'm independent, never sign to die. I can never stop, thumbing through the guap. Save a couple racks, put it in a stock. Ice water dripping, splashing on my watch. Flooding out the burgers, I don't see the dog. That's my demeanor. Never been nice, but I feel like I'm meaner. Catching that money like I'm a receiver. Give me an inch, I'ma make it a meter. Shawty so high, she done gave me a fever. Dripping so hard, I done messed up my sneakers. Straight out the dirty, I came from the cleaners. I run through the green like a golden retriever.
Ooh, yeah. When I done came up out the bottom. Ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Ooh, yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, yeah. Well, I say throw it in my wallet. Ooh, yeah. When I done came up out the bottom. Ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Ooh, yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, yeah. Well, I say throw it in my wallet.
They ain't never seen nothing like me. I be running numbers up on myself. Making money when I do it for free.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music and entertainment commentary and breakdowns. As y'all can see, we've got a stacked show today. We're going to be talking about, of course, Kendrick Lamar's new record, Euphoria, some of the reigning effects that we're seeing, the trickle downs and everything that we got going on, aftermath of the situation. We got some more people talking about it, some favorably, some unfavorably, and bringing new money to the economy out in Toronto. Yeah, y'all should know what we're talking about by now, but if not, we're going to catch you up to speed in just a moment. Before we get into the show, I want to make sure I go ahead and thank a couple of people. That's why we played Lotto today. I want to give a big shout out to Miss I Am Nita. Big shout out to the homie Azealia TV or Azor TV, however you pronounce it. Shout out to Soul Cruz, Rhonda, and Gigi. All right, all of y'all have been looking out for the kid. Y'all been showing love to the channel. Y'all been contributing, whether it be through super chats, super thanks, or cash apps. We greatly appreciate y'all over here Inside the Industry. Your boy J Nolan definitely appreciates it. So yeah, we wanted to give y'all a shout out. I haven't been playing Lotto as much lately when it comes to the cash apps and the super chats and stuff like that. I've been trying to keep the flow of the show going a little bit, but definitely want to make sure we give everybody their just due. And I've always said y'all gonna get y'all shout outs on the show, so we gonna make sure you get y'all shout outs on the show. All right, now how y'all feeling out there this evening? You know what I mean? Make sure that you like and share the video. Make sure you're chiming in with the chat. You know what I mean? Let's have a dope conversation. This music thing is in full motion right now. The juices are flowing, pause. You know what I'm saying? The energy is here. Disses are flying. Everybody's reacting. Everybody wants to have something to say, whether it be positive, negative, or somewhere in the middle. And that's what the nature of the business is. Now, first, I want to get into the Breakfast Club. You know, a lot of people feel like they're in a relevant show, dying media, radio is going out of style. Looks like they got pulled from a couple of different, couple of their markets for the show. So maybe the ratings aren't doing as well as they used to. I don't know. Can't say that to be true, but I'm just speculating based on why would they be getting pulled from any platform, you know? So nonetheless, their financial issues aside, they did have a discourse about the Kendrick Lamar record. What the fuck? And they had a few interesting things to say. It was a very good debate, I must say. So, well, I won't even say debate. I think everybody was pretty much unanimously agreeing with the conversation, but I just want to play it for y'all, let y'all hear what the folks over there had to say. Again, these are very important folks in the culture, you know what I mean? Even though their word is no longer law, because people like myself and other content creators and podcasts have definitely taken the mantle, it's still important to hear from, you know, the big dogs, I guess you could say. So let's get to that without any further ado. And shout out to me saving this shit, because that shit got a little weird, man. I don't know why I was frozen on the screen for a second, but we got it rectified. So let's just keep this thing moving, y'all.
But winner so far, what's your thoughts on Kendrick's response? Let's start with you, Jess. What you think?
Like I said before, I love Kendrick's creativity in it. A lot of people didn't like the jazz beginning, like the poetic style. I loved it. I know everything means something. Everything is calculated. I do like push-ups. I did not like Tailor Made, and I love Euphoria. So I just can't wait to see what happens next. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I thought Kendrick's response was dope. And I tell everybody who says I don't like it, I say listen to it again.
Yeah,
because there's so many things that you take out of it that you got to pull out of it, because Kendrick, when he writes, he's not writing surface. He's writing because he wants you to think. He's going deep, and he's trying to cut deep, and I think that's what he did. Push-ups, I think, is dope too, but I just think when Kendrick comes like that and he's rapping like that, you got to take that man serious. I always think about, and this is no disrespect, when I heard Nas and Jay-Z go back and forth, like, I think Jay-Z's second was more emotion. When he did the Woke Up This Morning, I thought that was more emotion, and I think Nas really penned Ether. And I think with this,
Ether was so emotional. Are you crazy? Ether,
but he penned that.
Ether is full of so many fifth grade insults. You gay, you suck D, you look like a rat. Like compare Ether to Takeover. Takeover was strategical. Takeover was surgical. Yeah. See, you did what most light skin do move the goalpost, and went to the record that was kind of whack, which was super ugly.
It was.
You know, so you went to that. But if you compare Takeover to Ether, Takeover is the better record.
But Takeover came out first, and then Ether was a reply.
Even though Takeover had more cultural impact. But you know, I like the Kendrick record. I like a lot of the Kendrick record. I like the subject matter, even though the subject matter, you know, he already got from Pusha T. A lot of it he got from Ross. But I really just like the fact that Kendrick approached it as a healed, grown man, and he simply
how was he healed and grown?
Because he's simply telling Drake that Drake needed to grow up. He's saying Drake hasn't grown as an artist or a man. He says, "Yo, you make music to pacify people. I make music that electrifies people." You know, when he says to Drake, "I know they call you the boy, but where's the man? Because I ain't seen him yet." Like, he's literally painting Drake as an artist with all style and no substance, and I like that. Even when he comes at Drake about, you know, not being a real father. I don't know if Drake is a real father or not, you know what I mean? But just the way he approached that, saying to Drake, you don't know nothing about telling your son to pray. You don't know nothing about giving your son tools. But now you just said
this man said a bunch of lies, and we don't know if this is true or not though either.
I don't know if it is or not, but he's saying that based off their personas. Kendrick has one persona, which is the conscious brother
who gives
you things. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening, but we see Drake
personas. Kendrick has the persona of being conscious. Kendrick has the persona of being somebody that gives you music with substance. Drake is the party guy. Right. He's the guy that gives you the rap record. So he's playing off their personas. So he's saying, like, you don't know nothing about, you know, instilling morals and integrity and discipline in your kids, teaching your son to speak the truth. And the other part where he says, you know, I don't even really think you like women. That's not just him saying, I don't think he's saying, yo, Drake, like, you gay.
Gay, yeah.
He's saying, like, you one of those guys, you like vagina, but you don't really like women.
Right.
There's a difference. There's guys that like vagina, they don't really have the respect for women that they should. And, you know, people always say Drake is a misogynist and things of that nature.
Right.
I think Kendrick just approached it from a very grown perspective. Right. And I think that Drake is going to have to dig a little deeper in order to really, really get at Kendrick the next time.
If he needs to. Because there's a lot of people that feel like the complete opposite. There's a lot of people that don't want to dig deep and feel like Kendrick's diss
it's too deep.
It's too deep.
Because they're not healed.
Correct.
Well, honestly, I was scared when it came out because I was like, oh my God, now I'm going to have to like really sit with an encyclopedia and all that. But he really, because I don't be understanding everything that Kendrick talks about all the time. But I was surprised. I understood a lot of it. You still got to listen to it over and over to catch things because he rap fast, he switch up flows, but I understood it and it wasn't too deep for me at all.
But I also feel like people just don't like Drake because of Drake being one of the top MCs, one of the top artists out there, and because he's light-skinned. A lot of people don't like it. Like when I heard Gilly say, light-skinned niggas up, or you know, this, that, and the other. I mean,
it ain't that he light-skinned, it's because he half white. It's a difference.
But he's still black. Even if he was light skinned, it would be the same issue.
I'm not arguing that. I think that right there is one of those slippery slopes, right? When people say things like Drake shouldn't say the N-word. All right, if Drake shouldn't say the N-word, then neither should J. Cole. Neither should none of these Puerto Ricans. Right. You know, neither should none of the Mexicans in LA.
On Drake because is who Drake is. A lot of people just don't like Drake.
It's just funny to say, but I've been saying Drake should just say nig. I think J. Cole should just say nig.
Shut up, man.
He should only be able to say half.
So what's the Latin people say?
Latin people shouldn't really say it at all. But that ain't my...
Or Mexican rap, what should they say?
They shouldn't say it at all, but that ain't my fight. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and act like I care. I'm not one of those people that's on a high horse like, oh, you shouldn't say that.
But that's why Kendrick said, I don't like when you say it. Like, but, you know, it's just... It ain't even gotta be deep for me, but I don't like it. It's cringy.
And Kendrick said in the record, it ain't even that deep. It's just something that I don't personally like. Right. And that's how I feel. It's not that deep to me. Another thing Kendrick says in the song that I like, he goes, you the only one that's out here wanting to be famous. Because Kendrick was like, I ain't with all of that lame. I ain't with all of that Hollywood industry, trying to be the most popping person. I like being on these remote islands. I like being with my family. I like making sure that my piece is my piece.
Right.
I respect
But
that.
that's cool. There's two different MCs, two different artists. One likes to be famous. One likes to just put out music and keep it moving. There's two different MCs.
He's also...
All right. Not going to play their whole segment, but we just wanted to play a little something about that. You know, they kind of make some comparisons to the Jay-Z, Nas effect and all of that type of stuff, which I guess we have to look at it in that kind of light because they are two of the biggest in this era. Right, the generation really kind of moving up the all-time list. Some people already have Kendrick up there. Some people say Drake is the GOAT. I don't agree with that, but there are some people in the family of the insiders that feel like Drake is the GOAT. You know, nonetheless, they are two of the biggest titans, the two biggest titans really of the last decade or so. Finally going at it. They've been. You know, chipping away at each other's in subliminals, and I wouldn't even say subliminals because people knew where those targets were aimed at, but they've been chipping away at each other in a, you know, they didn't want to come out and outright say, I'm shooting at you, but they definitely been going in an ongoing feud. You know what I'm saying? When they see each other, it's like pew, 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 like BMF. Niggas keep getting their shootouts in BMF and surviving, nobody died type shit. Niggas next to you get hit type shit. You know what I mean? That's what they got going on. They finally came out and started putting names and putting real events and actual settings and locations and, you know what I mean? Back and forth. So it was over 10 years in the making. So, of course, that's why we even talking about it. That's why the subject continues to even be a topic, because if this shit was just some flash in the pan overnight, we don't really know what the hell's going on, just two regular rappers, like, nah. You see, we kind of done moved on from the Quavo Chris Brown thing. Like, we've moved on from a lot of this shit. This here, ever since like that, we got a month and a half full of energy in hip hop. This shit is going to carry for the rest of the year. Please believe it, especially if niggas start dropping albums and start throwing disses on the albums. It's going to get very interesting, right? Now, with this Euphoria record, you know, Kendrick Lamar did mention he be at New Ho King out in Toronto getting fried rice with the dipping sauce and a blammy, Crody. And it looks like him just mentioning them in his record is now turning up a whole new leaf for the restaurant. Like, all of a sudden, again, tons of 5-star ratings. Kendrick Lamar just hit them niggas with the Keith Lee effect, effectively. Got all types of people going and visiting. It done became a tourist attraction. All of a sudden, motherfuckers are saying, Kendrick Lamar, Euphoria brought me here. I'm going to go ahead and play this news clip of Mr. Johnny Liu, I believe his name is. He's the owner of New Ho King out there in Toronto. So when Drake says, I got more fans in your city than you do, or whatever the case, it looks like at least some people out in Toronto are playing both sides of the border. Not just the sides of the fence, but both sides of the motherfucking border. Let's see how that goes, Crody. Here we are. And some of this segment does play music. We're gonna try to bypass that. Y'all know how it goes over here, man. If y'all real insiders, y'all know how this shit go down.
It's been an over decade-long feud, and now a new Kendrick Lamar diss record targeting Toronto's own Drake has one local Chinese restaurant caught in the middle, but in a good way. New Ho King on Spadina was mentioned in the song Euphoria, and now the owner says they have since been showered with 5-star reviews.
Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody. I be a New Ho King.
New Ho King. There you go. That's right. I'm trying to learn how to sing the song now.
Johnny Liu is the owner of New Ho King in Chinatown. He says since last night, his phone has been blowing up with messages.
This morning, a lot of people text me. He said, "Oh, look at that. That's your restaurant?" I said, "Yes." And they said, "Oh, look at that. Look at the song."
Don't speak on the family, Crody. You can get deep in the family.
Oh my goodness. God damn, Crody.
Specifically mentioned the restaurant and their fried rice.
I be a New Ho King.
Okay, y'all doing too much, man.
Family,
God
Crody.
He
damn.
said, "The food and maybe the fried rice get more rice. The chef gonna be busy."
Since the song was released Tuesday, Google reviews for the establishment have been soaring with positive feedback, with most mentioning the song and their now famous dish.
Whoa, 7 minutes ago.
So people are mentioning the song that Kendrick.
Yep, I see that Kendrick's a good guy. Oh my God.
Liu says he
This nigga say, hey, I see Kendrick's a good guy. Damn.
expects more customers will be stopping by since he's been receiving this international attention. Even today, customers we spoke to said they made their way to Chinatown to try the fried rice, thanks to the American rapper.
I came all the way from Markham just to see this fried rice, man. Kendrick Lamar, you gotta pay respect to K-Dot, man. Ever since he dropped the diss track, I was like, I gotta visit this place.
Well then, as y'all can see, it's getting deep. Shit is getting deep out here in these streets, man. My boss said, Kendrick Lamar, see, he's a good dude. Keeping the pockets full. Now, there is additional relevance about this New Ho King restaurant. It's not just the fact that Kendrick Lamar said him in the song and there's a place in Toronto and now he's turning them up, right? So, a deeper story goes that Drake was allegedly robbed by a Toronto rapper somewhere between 2009 2010 out by New Ho King restaurant out there in Toronto. So this is actually a locale where Drake was allegedly robbed for a chain, if I'm not mistaken, by a Toronto rapper named Sizzlack. Sizzlack is no longer here with us. And when I say Sizzlack, I'm not talking about Black from Atlanta. I'm saying Sizzlack for real. But apparently, according to this story, they say, according to a lawyer involved in the case, Mr. Cottrell was the alleged gunman and Mr. Lovelyti the alleged driver. But the police synopsis names a second gunman whose identity can't be printed. It's not known what happened to him. An officer and lawyer familiar with the case said their belief is the man escaped arrest. So I think Sizzlack was the other unidentified party. They say, so what happened? At the time, Drake was being dissed by another Toronto rapper for being a so-called snitch for cooperating with the police investigation. Although Drake's roots are in the genteel Forest Hill neighborhood, he must still contend with a strain of hip-hop culture that, through a twisted street logic, vilifies speaking to the police. So this is around the time Drake's name really started getting popping over here in the U.S. Of course, he was already putting music out and getting things going a little bit out there in Toronto. But apparently, once his name started getting around, getting affiliated with Wayne and others, the attention came, and some people out there in Toronto weren't too happy about it. And apparently, this guy decided he wanted to run up on him, lift some jewelry up off him, and keep that shit moving, right? Now, they're saying Drake allegedly cooperated with the police, and you know when they say cooperated, that would mean that he told them some information, and in hip-hop or street code, that is forbidden. So when Kendrick Lamar starts talking about New Ho King, this is the spot where he got robbed at. And on top of that, remember, he says, I know some information about you niggas that will make Gunna Wanna look like a saint. right? Gunna allegedly, people try to say that he is a snitch. We have no concrete evidence to support that Gunna's a snitch, but a lot of people in hip hop, especially from my city, Atlanta, they've taken a dislike towards Gunna because they wanted to understand how he got that Alfred plea in the YSL RICO case, and everybody else kind of got stuck in trial. So he said, hey, y'all think that's bad or that's crazy? The information I got that I could just let go, shit could get real for y'all. And it may not even just be this particular event. Now, Drake has also talked about this event, and I think he was confident in talking about this event because he knew homeboy was dead. Some might even say OVO or affiliates may be responsible, but I'm not going to put that on his jacket. You know, they tried to do the same thing about Triple X, and we don't want to get into all that. But furthermore, on his Dark Lane Demo Tapes album, he did actually make mention of this incident, right? So in the song, he says, rest in peace to Static, yelling, shouty want a thug, ayy, bottles in the club, ayy, I know I love to touch, ayy, Weezy played that shit for me and Kobe on the bus, went and got a chain for me, I had to give it up, niggas had they pistols loaded, pointed at my truck, ayy, and you know that lesson stuck from the day I never touched the road without a plug, ayy, from that day I never saw the point in talking tough, hasn't happened since. I guess you niggas know what's up. So he comes out and tries to boast about it. Again, the man who did it is gone. No longer here on the surface of earth, or he's below it. So he can talk about it, be transparent about how niggas had him in a situation. And now he says from that day he never touched the road without a plug, which more so is going to be on his entourage or his security detail more so than him. I highly doubt if we ever seen Drake, just walking down the street and something were to pop off. I don't think nothing would ever be found on his person. Just personally, I don't think so. But we may be wrong. Nonetheless, he flipped it and says, what's interesting in that line, it says, I never saw the point in talking tough. Hasn't happened since. I guess you niggas know what's up. I mean, that's kind of the very next line is kind of talking tough. Furthermore, in a 2010 interview with GQ, he also revealed that he was robbed at gunpoint in May of 2009 while out on a date. So around the time, again, he was getting his buzz, he spoke openly about this. He says, one night, I took a girl out and got robbed at gunpoint. 2 guns, in fact. He said, I knew it was a setup because I had on a sweater and a jacket, but when they banged on the car window with a gun and opened the door, the first thing he said was, yo, run that chain. They didn't rob her, and her purse was sitting right there. So, this is a chain that Wayne gave him. I don't know if Wayne gave it to him on camera or if it was just something that people were keeping up with in the city. Like, okay, this nigga Drake done got a chain from Wayne. We're going to have to get that thing. Either way it went, they got it up off him. Right? So I think that adds an extra layer to the story. Because remember on Like That, K-Dot said, we snatching chains and burning tattoos. Remember on Push-Ups, Drake said something about you ain't getting no chain off of us. He might not have been trying to get a chain up off you. He was actually referring to a chain that was already lifted up off you. Perhaps. So, according to a summary of the story, which is not online, they say, from MTV News, the incident taught Drake to steer clear of the negative energy that can sometimes surround the rap world. However, he doesn't totally avoid negative energy on the track. Okay, that's some extra shit. But the story falls in line that somebody ran up on him, took a chain up off him, and he even confirmed it in one of his own interviews. So Kendrick is putting it out there. He said, we know where that took place. We know what happened, my guy. Niggas done took chains up off you for show. with the dip sauce and blammy, basically saying niggas dipped off on you and got away with the gun, so they were never found by the police. Crody. So yeah, the layers just keep going, man. Stuff I don't know about, because I don't really study niggas' day-to-day movements that much, especially you go back to 2009, 2010, Drake was first getting on. The internet wasn't really keeping up with him on that level. I'm sure most people didn't know about that fucking GQ interview. Other lines that have also been brought to people's attention since this track was released, I didn't get a chance to really talk about it, but it's been going around, is that, you know, when he talks about your father's a killer, you want to be Junior, that's definitely a reference to Jay Prince and his son, Jay Prince Jr. You know what I'm saying? And the whole, if shit gets shaky, I'll park his son. They say that Jay Prince actually has Parkinson's disease, which causes him to shake. I've never actually seen him get the shakes before. I didn't know that, but that's crazy. And you can't really have full sympathy because these dudes been terrorizing folks for years, and we don't understand why. I mean, we lost one of our loved, esteemed members of the Migos hanging around these guys. So Kendrick saying, hey, niggas get out of line with me, I'll park your son. Not to mention, I think there's an extra layer to that, because he said your daddy. I don't think he's talking directly to Jay Prince Jr. He's talking to Drake, basically replacing Drake's dad with Jay Prince. Like, your daddy a killer, you want to be Junior. So he's basically saying, that's your daddy that you be hugging up under and sniffing around after. You treat him like your daddy. You want to be Junior. You want to be his real son, but you ain't, right? But if shit gets shaky, I'll park his son. I'll park both y'all niggas, really. That's crazy. I know Drake fans, Drake stans gonna be hating on this clip. I don't give a fuck, man. Again, when that nigga started talking about Kendrick's wife and pulling up shit, we investigated this shit the same way, and we talked about it the same way, and we talked about it for a solid 3-4 business days the same motherfucking way. If you have a feeling or you feel some type of way towards me over here, go do some push-ups. And you could turn the track on while you do it. All right? Fuck the bullshit. Now, someone who's not so fond of the new Euphoria record from Kendrick is Azealia Banks. And Azealia Banks don't like nobody or nothing at all, you know, so I'm not really surprised. I was a little bit, I ain't gonna say I wasn't surprised. Let me not say that, because I figured she would fuck with it, especially going at Drake. I don't think she had a very high opinion of Drake to begin with, but somewhere along the way, she found some grace for him. So in her story on Instagram, she posted basically a screenshot from Billboard saying Kendrick Lamar's response was worth the wait. Azealia says, no, it was not. Kendrick is still 4'9" and wears the same jean size as me. Kendrick ain't no goddamn 4'9". He a few inches taller than that. I doubt he wear the same jean size as you. I mean, the measurements ain't even the same between men and women, but whatever. She says, no one on earth cares about the feelings of small, fake gangster rap Nepo babies. Now, what I don't understand is the nepotism that Kendrick Lamar is supposedly benefiting from. Did we not? Have we not heard this nigga rap about his mama going to the county building on every album down there, especially Good Kid, Mad City? The county building, the motherfucking defects, so she could get food stamps. That lady, Nepo baby. Now, if you want to say Baby Keem benefits from nepotism, yeah, that's his little cousin who got his career expedited due to the family affair, family ties. He could be called a Nepo baby. But who the hell is Kendrick related to? Then you look at his dad, and we go back and listen to Damn, the song Duckworth. He talks about the fact that his dad used to work at motherfucking KFC. What is the net? What does Kendrick dad own a stake in goddamn KFC now? Cause I'm trying to understand what the fuck you're talking about. He inherited the 11 herbs and spices. That's what we talking about. Come on, dog. Kendrick is a descendant of the Colonel. Come the fuck on, man. Come the fuck on. From Chicago to Compton, shit ain't that much different, but he's a Nepo baby. Furthermore, she says, Billboard, y'all really are paid for. So what about Pitchfork? Because I just blocked them niggas. Them niggas said some crazy shit. I might have to pull up the goddamn Pitchfork shit just so y'all can know what they said. But Billboard, she says, Billboard, y'all really are paid for. Even the tone and timbre of Kendrick's voice is an ultimate defeat. LOL, stop lying. Again, here we go with the voice thing. Like I said yesterday, I understand that not everybody likes or loves Kendrick's voice or the usage of the different intonations that he uses in a song. He changes his voice 3, 4, 5 different times. Some people don't find that entertaining. Some people find it odd, perhaps off-putting. I fuck with it, though. She didn't stop there, though. She says, and that beat Kendrick is rapping on is dumb trash and the mix is muddy as hell. Quit the bullshit. Drake won. That's it. Which beat are you talking about? Which beat are you talking about? You talking about the intro beat? The fucking first 8 bars of the song? Did you cut it off then? As soon as that nigga said, don't tell a lie about me, I won't tell the truth about you. She cut that bitch off. This beat is trash. It's over. He won. Fuck out of here. I don't respect Azealia Banks not one iota of a bit. I've definitely showed proof as to why this lady has been out here just living off of 1.5 solid fucking albums forever and just be talking crazy about everybody. And again, sometimes I do think she has, you know what I mean, the broken clock syndrome of like, she might be right once or twice out of all of the crazy takes, but this is wild. Did you listen to the other beats? Because if you like push-ups, how did you not like those other 2 beats that Kendrick was rapping on? They not all that different, right? The mix is muddy as hell. Have you heard your last track? I did. The mix wasn't pristine on that neither. Furthermore, she states, the YNW Melly line was weak. That kid is being tried in Florida for a double homicide with potential to receive the death penalty as punishment for his crime. Realize Kendrick sent goons to have both diss tracks from Cole and Drake removed from DSPs before he dropped this shitty pamper. What the hell are you talking about? Who sent goons at Cole? You mean to tell me Cole dropped his shit on Friday and by Saturday that nigga Kendrick had niggas in North Carolina, you know what I'm saying, banging on him like the wood? Nigga, where you from, nigga? Wear your hat like that. Huh? Where you from, nigga? I'm from North Carolina. I'll take it down. Hell fucking nah, bro. No way. Not a chance. He took the song down out of his own kindness, of his own heart, because he foreshadowed where this was going to go and he didn't want to be a part of it because it's like, y'all niggas really got real life issues. Y'all niggas been subbing each other for the last 10 years. I will gracefully bow out and go and find something else to do. Hell, I may not even rap no more with you niggas after this shit. Fall Off might get canceled. How would y'all feel if J. Cole like just stopped rapping? Like just didn't drop the Fall Off and just chilled the fuck out. Let the other Dreamville niggas do their shit. How would y'all feel about that? I don't know that to be a fact like he's going to do that. I'm not putting that over him. I'm not trying to cast that shadow over his career. But if it played out that way, if he said, man, fuck his hip hop shit and decided not to drop nothing else, would y'all be satisfied with the way it played out? And we definitely know Drake was not forced to remove the fucking tailor-made freestyle from DSPs because it was never on there. Tailor-made was released on Instagram. It circulated with Twitter/X. What DSP is that? Tupac's estate came in. You calling them goons? You might be able to pass them as goons. I mean, but these are white collar people that run Tupac's estate. So maybe, but definitely not what you talking about. She says Drake should be petty and file against him for death threats. File against him for death threats. Since prosecutors like to use rappers' lyrics as evidence, and Drake benefited from being omitted from the XXX case, but people were trying to use his lyrics to get him prosecuted in that. So that would be a very nasty thing to do if you benefited from, hey, I don't want to be associated with this. Y'all definitely can't use my rap lyrics to try to associate me with this situation, but you want him to do the same thing to Kendrick in a gentleman battle? The fuck you talking about? Furthermore, she says there's absolutely a legitimate legal way to punk Kendrick into also giving Drake an apology and having him remove his garbage track from the internet everywhere. Is it crack? Is it crack cocaine from the local dope man or what? I don't even really want to justify this with too much more of a response because the shit is just so ridiculous. And then you got this Drake fan page talking about some Azealia Banks is cooking. The fuck she cooking? Chitlins? You got to be shitting me. Oh man, the game is fucked up out here, people. The game is fucked up. Now, another layer in Kendrick's lyrics on this record that I think was pretty heavily overlooked, at least I haven't seen too many people mentioning it, is the line about you better have Beam with ya, basically saying he was going to smack 20v1 if I smack all the niggas that write with you or something like that. And he said you better have Beam with you. Beam is actually a writer in the industry. I know for sure that he did some writing on Renaissance for Beyonce. It's also alleged that Beam did some work or writing for Drake and 21 Savage on the Her Loss album. I don't know if he's now a part of Team OVO or if he's just, somebody who tags himself in here and there when they call him for help or whatever. But he says you better have Beam with you. Basically saying I'm gonna smack that nigga too if he's helping you write this shit to diss me. I'm gonna smack him too. So damn, niggas is catching strays out this bitch, man. Niggas is putting it on the line. I mean, dude did say fuck whoever riding with him, you know what I'm saying? And fuck the industry too. So Kendrick is definitely letting it be known he's not letting up on nobody, right? So it's a lot of fucking layers going on, man. Now, again, I'm interested to see what Drake is going to have to say back. I'm not against Drake. If he drops a banger tonight, I'm going to jump on this motherfucker and I'm going to say that nigga dropped a banger. Let's go through it. Let's go through the lyrics. Let's break this shit down. I'm a hip-hop fan. I'm loyal to hip-hop. I'm loyal to the music. I'm loyal to the lyricism. Everything else is just entertainment for me. I love it, but it's entertainment. So that's pretty much what we got for y'all on this one. I think I've said everything that I wanted to say in terms of this particular video, just going into some of these things. We talked about the New Ho King. We talked about the writers. We talked about Azealia Banks. Talked about Breakfast Club. So, yeah, y'all. That's pretty much my show on this one. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider is so much better than just being stuck outside as the weather heats up. You're going to want to get to some cool AC. You're going to want to get to some motherfucking ice water or some beverages and some nice things, man. You don't want to be stuck out there. You're going to get your, you know what I mean? Heat stroke. You don't want to do that. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Come check out Inside the Industry with J Nolan. Tell them to subscribe to the channel. We getting up there, man. We already at 11K. We pushing up on 12K very soon. So hopefully we continue to grow. And maybe this month we could cross that 12K mark. You know, if we could just continue to elevate, right? More stuff like this happen. More of these talks. More of these conversations. I don't know. But again, much love and respect to everybody. I appreciate y'all. I want to always show my love and gratitude to y'all because you don't have to sit here and watch these videos and talk with me. So I don't never want y'all to feel like I take that shit for granted, all right? Much love and respect. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. First I'm out, I came back with some battery. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.